Good evening. We're back with Mortimer and Me by Kathie McMahon, illustrated by Tom Tate. Tonight we're reading Chapter 7, Teacher's Pet. I can't wait to get to school the next day with my hamster report. I hand it to Miss Pierce as she greets everyone at the door. Good morning, Jimmy. A big smile spreads across her face. Are we ready to have a better day today? You bet, I reply with one of my grandpa's usual responses. Thinking about him makes me smile back at Miss Pierce. Heading to my spot at the back of the room, my grin quickly disappears. Bradley and Kevin are leaning over my desk. They step aside as I move in to see what they're staring at. A big red 100% practically shouts at me from the top of yesterday's math test. How did you get 100%? Sneers Kevin. Yeah, I didn't even get 100%, and I'm the best math student in this class. Bradley glares at me with his arms folded. I'm just good at subtraction, I guess. I try not to show my surprise. Oh, yeah? Kevin puts his face right up to next to mine. Well, I think you cheated. Once again, that fire inside me starts to boil. I did not! I push Kevin away. Kevin acts like I knocked him hard and stumbles against a desk. No one shoves me and gets away with it. Both Kevin and Bradley slam me against the table. As I struggle to keep from falling down, I reach out to grab something to keep my balance. In the middle of the commotion, Miss Pierce runs into the room just in time to see both me and the hamster's cage crash to the floor. The class gasps as she runs over to see if I'm all right. She helps me to my feet and then carefully lifts the hamster cage back onto the table. No one says a word as we stare at our class pet, who is lying as still as a statue. You killed him, screams Kevin. It's all your fault, yells Bradley. Two of the girls start crying and everyone else glares at me like I'm some kind of murderer. I didn't mean to. I start to explain, but realize it's no use. He's not dead. I can see him breathing, whispers Chelsea. I think you're right, Miss Pierce gently reaches into the cage and picks up the hamster, laying him in the palm of her hand. He finally opens his eyes, and the entire class sighs as if they had all been holding their breath. Miss Pierce puts the hamster back in the cage, trying not to jostle him. He's just a little stunned, she says. I think he'll be fine. As the kids return to their seats, she turns to me and Kevin and Bradley. You three will stay in at recess. We're going to have a little chat. I slump in my desk and crumple up my math test. Not even 100% makes me feel better. Miss Pierce continues with the morning routine. I'm very anxious to read your hamster papers. I will let you know after lunch who will be our caretaker. Right now, get out your reading books, please. I can see my paper at the top of the stack she sets on her desk. All that work for nothing. Chance I would be the caretaker of an ant, let alone the class pet. I eat lunch alone, but luckily Mortimer is waiting for me on the playground. He pushes a soccer ball toward me. Now, soccer is actually something I'm pretty good at. I used to play on a team back in Phoenix. Mortimer and I run out to the field, and I practice kicking balls past him. If you can get a ball by a moose, a goalie should be a snap. Mortimer doesn't even mind if I bounce it off his head. After lunch, we all wait for the big announcement. There were 10 of you who turned in papers, Miss Pierce begins as we all squirm in our seats. You are to be applauded for doing such a wonderful job. She claps her hands and everyone else joins in. It was a difficult decision, but I have decided that our hamster's caretaker will be Jimmy Robertson. A curtain of silence falls across the room. I sit there with my mouth open as everyone turns around to stare. Bradley mumbles, teacher's pet. And Kevin, well, let's just say his face is the perfect description of if looks could kill. Miss Pierce continues, Congratulations, Jimmy. It's obvious you did your research. I know you will do a fabulous job. Now don't keep us in suspense any longer. What is our hamster's name? It doesn't take me long to come up with a perfect name. When I find my voice to speak, I simply say, Dudley, our hamster's name is Dudley. Kevin snorts. What a dumb name for a hamster. I think it's a lovely name, Miss Pierce replies, giving Kevin a look that shuts him up. Dudley it is. At that, Dudley starts running in his wheel, which squeaks in rhythm to the class shouting, Dudley, Dudley, Dudley. See, even Dudley likes it. Miss Pierce smiled. At least Dudley approves. I hope you enjoyed, and come back for Chapter 8, which is called Lost. Have a good night.